this year's celebration, and of course very challenging as households are locking down their festive menus. And farmers in Wabane in the Libialem division showcased diverse crops, livestock and innovative farming practices to bolster the division's economy. This was during the mini agro-pastoral exhibition in the landlocked agro village. Top stories.
Canal International.
Check us out on our different platforms for continuity and the news. Now, we're just hours away from Christmas. Households in Cameroon are locking down on their festive menus, from traditional dishes like kati kati, eru, mbongo chobi, ndole, achu, and others, to very delicate grilled delights. Preparations are on the way, but the soaring prices of goods in the market are very challenging for these households. Sherifat Saleh made a tour to some of the markets around Cameroon's economic capital and our report.
The festive rush is palpable in Douala Markets. Buyers jostle through crowded aisles, hunting for ingredients to complete their Christmas menus. Traditional dishes, often a mix of grilled meat, rice and savory sauces, will take center stage at family gatherings.
It's a bit difficult. Prices have really skyrocketed. We are still contemplating on what we are going to cook tomorrow. It's really tough.
Chicken remains the most sought-after item, but it comes at a steep price this year. Vendors report that the cost of this staple has nearly doubled compared to previous months.
I bought a whole chicken at 8,500 francs. Though it's costly, we have to satisfy our children in making something nice and different. Chicken is always in high demand during the season, but this year prices have nearly doubled. It's hard for everyone, even for the sellers. I thought by now I would have sold out 20 chickens at least, but I'm still at 10.
Other staples like rice, vegetables, and cooking oil have also seen significant price hikes, further straining household budgets. Many families are finding themselves forced to adjust their menus or reduce quantities to cope.
Verily, at rush hours like this, prices double, but we have to sacrifice and make the family happy, providing extra for the festive season.
Despite the challenges, the resolve to celebrate remains strong. The festive spirit is evident as shoppers continue to fill their baskets with what they can afford, determined to bring some cheer to their tables during this festive period.
I'm Sheriff Saleh reporting there, and the general cry of the cost of living of basic commodities have pushed the Ministry of Trade to embark on a promotional sales campaign that was launched by the Minister of Trade, Luc Magua Mbarga Atangana. Details with our Yaoundé Chief Correspondent, Beatrice Ngamo.
Discount between 5 to 15% on certain essential products as part of the Christmas for All campaign launched by the Ministry of Trade. Traders have reduced prices on rice, cooking oil, washing soap, meat, chicken, and fresh foodstuff such as cocoyams, plantains, fresh tomatoes, and spices, among others. The market was inaugurated December 23rd by Trade Minister at the 20th May Avenue in Yaoundé.
Means that you can eat, you can feed your family at the better price as possible. And you have some example here. Refined oil, instead of 1,500 francs, you have it at 1,400. You have the beef, instead of 3,000, you have it at 2,700 francs. You have rice. For the rice, I should say that this is what we call the discount market. The price has dropped from 2,000 to 5,000 francs per bag.
This campaign, which has become a yearly tradition, aims to support households during this festive season. It is being held simultaneously in all 10 regional capitals.
This is national operation, but not only for Christmas, it's also for the New Year, and even we will extend it after the New Year. It depends of the demand.
This is coming against the general cry of soaring prices of all commodities these days in the country. The price difference might not be that huge, but it is something.
Thanks very much, Beatrice Ngamo. And hundreds of orphans have received Christmas gifts at the National Police Academy in Yaoundé. For this 10 departed from the corps, and from the reports that we are going to get from Beatrice Ngamo, it is the initiative of the Police Women Association.
Solidarity through gifts to put smiles on the faces of some 500 kids, orphans of the National Security Corps, this December 24th at the Esplanade of the National Police Academy in Yaoundé by the Policemen Wives Association, the POA. Geste that brought out the satisfaction of the children. Through their little voices, they pour out their minds. Happy to receive gifts. Thank you, POA, for helping our parents and guardians take care of us.
Merci à la POA. Ça va me permettre de bien passer les fêtes de Noël. Je suis contente d'avoir reçu mon cadeau parce qu'ils nous aiment.
Making their dreams of a special Christmas a reality adds to the books and bags they receive for the back to school every September. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Social Affairs presided over the ceremony, lauding POA for their attachment, national solidarity, and care of vulnerable children like orphans.
Today's ceremony illustrates in the most beautiful way the implementation by the Policemen's Wives Association of the policy of national solidarity and social justice. Our gratitude for the effective and dynamic role of POA in the child social protection actions.
The national president of the Policemen Wives Association, Philomene Baragangele, was represented by the national coordinator, Marguerite Baya. The delegate general for national security was represented at the colorful Christmas tree lighting ceremony by the
Thanks very much, Beatrice Ngamo. Sorry for that abrupt cut in that report. And as the festive season has equally seen a surge in transportation cost as many are rushing to join their families to feast. Cynthia Latte moved through some of the transport agencies around town, and this is what she brought back.
Pascal Bambout is heading to Yaoundé. He has been at this travel agency in Douala since 9:30 a.m. By past noon, he is still on shore when he will finally kick off.
Due to the population, cutting of the ticket is too slow. So we are so stranded.
At the ticket counter this Monday, December 23, the standard fare for Douala Yaoundé trip is 4,000 francs CFA, reflecting an increase of 1,000 francs CFA from the usual price. I'm bothered because I planned to reach Yaoundé before 6 p.m., spending 4,000 francs CFA, but now it's impossible. In travel agencies heading to the southwest and northwest regions, activity is subdued due to the separatist-imposed Mondigas towns. Transportation costs have remained unchanged for now, although there are signs of potential increase.
Chaque lundi, il n'y a pas de trafic entre le nord-ouest et le sud-ouest. Et Douala, il n'y en a pas.
Those who showed up at this park expressed that they value celebrations this time with family in the region.
I'm going to Bamboula because this is December and I'm going there to see my parents, my brothers and sisters.
Meanwhile, some travel agencies across the town have strengthened security during this end-of-year period in response to the influx of travelers.
We are having cameras that have been set in the bus to check the mentality of the drivers during the journey. And when the driver arrives, the agency, both Douala Yaoundé, has to ask to rest.
Despite the difficulties, many travelers remain committed to reuniting with family during this special time.
Thanks very much, Cynthia Latte. And over through the Northwest region, thousands of farmers in the Northwest region have been showered with means of sustaining their activities for food self-sufficiency. This was during the recent visit of the Livestock Ministry to that part of the country. Details with Sherifa Saleh and recalls from our Northwest Chief Correspondent, Annie Collins.
It was like a Christmas gift to poultry and other livestock farmers of the Northwest region when their minister, on a recent visit to Bamenda, handed them a consignment of material startup capital for future massive production. Dr. Tiga chaired the handing over ceremony of 30,000 day-old chicks, 600 bags of feed, piglets, and fingerlings in a bid to boost important substitution.
Animal production, animal health protection, pasture improvement, construction of livestock infrastructure, capacity building to livestock farmers.
To the Minister of Livestock, a biggest thank you to Sedino, who have deemed it necessary to reach out to the vulnerable farmers in this way. I just want to say thank you for thinking about Luke Menora Rehabilitation Foundation children.
Created 50 years ago, the Northwest Livestock Development Fund has been championing on the spot production of these items, thereby curbing dependence even on neighboring regions in Cameroon.
So we decided to be producing on the spot to help them succeed as far as the production of chicken in the Northwest is concerned. We have engaged the production of feed, animal feed, subsidized by the state.
3 years after the creation of a hatchery in Bamenda, hardly has there been shortage of chicken for local consumption.
And farmers in Wabane, that is in the Libyaland division of the Southwest region, actually showcased diverse crops, livestock, and innovative farming practices to bolster the division's economy. This was during a recent mini agro-pastoral exhibition that took place in that landlocked village. Ambo Gladys Gibbon reports that this landlocked village, in fact, in this landlocked village, agriculture is extremely vibrant.
The agricultural heartbeat of Wabane was on full display during the 2-day municipal agro-pastoral show organized by the local council. Set against the backdrop of the subdivision's 3 distinct climates, the event showcased an impressive range of crops and other livestock.
The objective of the agri-show is to encourage farmers who are living in Wabane's municipality. So since Wabane subdivision has 3 macroclimates, that is the lower zone is hot, the middle bay is average, the upper zone is cool. So that is why you see the variety of crops that are being exhibited here. Because since we have 3 macroclimates, we cultivate all types of crops. Everything that is grown in Cameroon can be grown in Wabane.
The population is there, farmers are happy, they have come with their speculations, and through these speculations, from what they have brought, many of them will go with the species of animals that they have bought from fellow farmers who came with their animals. Some of them will also will also be able to sell their animals because from before now they had their animals but they were not able to sell.
Farmers were recognized and awarded prizes for outstanding products.
I was very happy for receiving the first prize for palm cool, which I planted some 9 years ago. I'm very glad to have a sprayer and a rainbow that will help me to continue my farm work. Well, the store is very fertile according to me, depending on how you can go about it. You can manage it where you'll be able to produce well.
Speaking at the event, the mayor of Wabane noted that the council's efforts align with Cameroon's national agricultural policy aimed at empowering farmers and ensuring food security.
We encourage them to work harder so that the production is increased, the livelihood will increase. Despite everything, we are standing strong, and we should always have hope that the
future will be better.
I'm happy that they came on this number, and I want to encourage them to continue the spirit of peace and living together. I thank the Lord Mayor who put many means to organize this agri-show.
Authorities unveiled plans to develop infrastructure, including a much-needed farm-to-market route to ease the transportation of goods and improve market access.
And we move over to Yaoundé, where the Martinez-Zogo saga, or the case, has been adjourned again for the 13th of January 2025. The 13th hearing did not allow for any in-depth examination of the case as a result of appeal rejection by the Defense Counsel. Beatrice Nkamo was at the court and now report.
The Martinez-Zogo case experienced a new development during December 23, 2024 hearing. All defendants answered present, but the hearing was marked by tension and disagreement between defense lawyers and the court. The defense lawyers denounced the endless wait for the Court of Appeal's verdict on the judgment before ruling, which was contested by many. They also criticized the DGRE for not paying the fees of duplicating the case file, which is blocking the proceedings. We estimated that the procedure is slow because for same decision, some were notified in the beginning of the month and others 20 days later. If the sanction on the DGRE is not paid on time, his appeal will be declared inadmissible. The president of the military tribunal, Colonel Jacques Baudouin Missenjone, reassured the various counsels and adjourned the case for January 13, 2025. Barrister Calvin Job, counsel for the Martinez-Zogo family, expressed his desire to see the conclusion of this trial, which would eventually pave the way for the victim's burial. I would have loved to see the case advance fast to be able to organize his burial. This multiple adjournment not helping at all. The Martinez-Zogo case is a landmark case in the fight against impunity in Cameroon, and its outcome is eagerly awaited by human rights defenders.
Well, thanks very much, Beatrice Nkamo. Drawing the curtains for this edition of the 650 News with me, Kejang Henry Atimbe. Thanking you for being there with us and wishing you a Merry Christmas ahead. Good day.